identified 4 key stages. First is sensory motor stage 0 to 2 years. During this stage, infants learn through their senses and actions. Picture a baby exploring a rattle, shaking it, putting it in their mouth. They are developing object permanence, realizing that things exist when they can't even see them. Imagine the wonder when they discover that the toy is not gone forever when it throws under the couch. Second is pre-operational stage 2 to 7 years. Here, children start using language and symbolism but struggle with logic. They engage in imaginative play, thinking a broom is horse. However, they can be egocentric, often believing that everyone sees the world just as they do. It is the classic "if I can see you, you can see." There is concrete operational stage 7 to 11 years. As children grow, they become more logical as organized in their thinking. They can understand the concept of conversation, like knowing that a tall, skinny glass holds the same amount of juice as a short, white one. This is when math and science start to click. Fourth is the formal operational stage 12 and up. Finally, kids enter the world of abstract thinking. They can tackle hypothetical situations and think critically. Suddenly, they can discuss ethics, dreams, and the future, much like scientists hypothesizing about the universe. Jackets inside remind us that learning is a journey, not a race. Each stage built upon the last help children develop and increase capable thinkers.
We have cognitive domain. This is all about the brain, how we think, understand, and use what we know. Think of it like a ladder. At the bottom, you have remembering, where you just recall facts. As you move up, you hit understanding, then applying, and go further to analyzing. At the top, you get to evaluating and creating. That's where the magic happens. Like instead of just memorizing stuff about climate change, imagine a student creating a project to reduce waste at school. So next we go to the effective domain, which is all about feelings and values. It's like the heart of learning. It starts with receiving, where you listen to new ideas, and goes out to responding, valuing, and organizing. At the top, you have characterizing, where you start living out your values. For example, someone who not only learns about empathy, but also volunteers in the community is living this doesn't not least. There's the psychomotor domain, which is all about physical skills and coordination. It starts with perception, where you notice patterns, move to set, where you get ready to act, then goes to guided response, like practicing a new dance move. At the top is origination, where you create your own choreography. Think of a student who masters a sport and invents a whole new game. That's pretty awesome, right? So when you look at these 3 domains together, they really show us that learning isn't just about memorizing facts or mastering skills. It's also about connecting with emotions and values.
Navigating Erikson's 8 stages of psychological development. First, trust versus mistrust. 0 until 1 year. In this stage, infants learn to trust their caregivers. Imagine a baby crying and being comforted. This builds a sense of safety. If all goes well, they grow up believing the world is a reliable place. Number 2, autonomy versus shame and doubt. 1 until 3 years. Toddlers are testing their independence, think of the terrible twos. When they are encouraged to explore, they develop confidence. If over-control, they may doubt their abilities. A classic battle of "I can do it myself." Number 3, initiative versus guilt. 3 until 6 years. In this playful stage, children start to initiate activities and take charge. Picture a child organizing a make-believe game. If they are supported, they feel capable. If critics cease, they may feel guilt about their ambitions. Number 4, industry versus inferiority. 6 until 12 years. As kids enter school, they crave achievement. Think of the joy when they complete a project. Success leads to a sense of competence, while failure can result in feelings of fear. Identity versus role confusion. 12 until 18 years. Teenagers explore their identity, trying on different roles. Pictures a teenager experimenting with fashion, music, or interests. A strong sense of self forms when they feel accepted, but confusion can arise without guidance. Number 6, intimacy versus isolation. Young adulthood. In young adulthood, forming meaningful relationship is key. It's about love and connection. Think of friendship and romantic relationship. Successful connection lead to intimacy. Failures can result in loneliness. Number 7, generativity versus stagnation. Middle adulthood. Here, adults seek to contribute to society, often through parenting or work. Imagine a mentor nurturing the next generation. Success brings a sense of accomplishment. Stagnation leads to feeling of unproductiveness. Number 8, integrity versus despair. Late adulthood. Finally, in later years, people reflect on their life. If they feel a sense of fulfillment, they experience integrity. But if they have regrets, despair can take hold.